All right, friends, I want to talk to you about redneck Jesus. That's right, good old-fashioned redneck Jesus. No, we're not talking about Ricky Bobby, though that is a favorite subject of mine, but about the Jesus who is with us. Paul talks about it this way in the book of Hebrews, that Jesus comes, like all the high priests, as amongst mortals, as one of us. And because he is one of us, he is able to offer up sacrifice for us. But Jesus isn't just one of us. He's one of us yet without sin. The perfect one of us, as it were. Let me tell you a quick story. It has gone back to probably 2014, 2015. My wife and I are putting in pavers in our house. And all is going to plan. We are digging and digging and digging. And to do the math for you, we have to put down 100 square foot of pavers. And we are digging down 18 inches deep at a minimum, and some more in some areas so that the slope will be right. And for the math challenged of you, that is about 27 cubic feet of dirt. Or, as I like to think of it, about half a dump truck full. Luckily, I had my trusty Toyota Tundra, a shovel, a seminarian who was living with me, crucial piece of this puzzle, and a great neighbor, Jeff, who is a Navy Master Chief. So we are digging and digging and digging and loading the Tundra up. But one night, we go to dump at our usual place, and it had rained a little bit, but I hadn't really thought anything of it. So I'm fully laden down with 1,500 pounds of dirt, the max the truck can hold. And as we go into the back of the neighborhood we were doing our dumping at, I drive and I think, the ground feels a little squishier than usual. Classic redneck move. I keep charging on. Nothing bad could come from this. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and bam! I am buried up to the frame rails of my truck in sticky mud. I've got a two-wheel drive truck, 1,500 pounds in the bed, and there is essentially no way that I am going to be able to take care of this or to get it out. I call my friend Master Chief Jeff. Jeff comes. He's got a big Ram truck, 4-wheel drive, knobby mud tires on it. He says, not a problem, mate. I'll be there, pull you right out. He's there in like 5 minutes. He drives in. The ground is squishy. He thinks nothing of it. He keeps coming back. And he buries his truck to the frame rails as well. We are digging. We are praising the Lord, as you might imagine, and just hoping that we're going to be able to get these trucks out. After 20 or 30 minutes, we realize that it's hopeless. He says, I've got a friend who can come and get us. He calls another Master Chief who's a friend of his, who comes with a great big old Ford F350 or F450, just massive truck. And he pulls up. He's got his spotlights on us. He can see us. He's got a winch on the front. And he says, I don't think I'm going to ride up in there. Just doesn't seem like a good idea. Instead, he takes a rescue cable, puts it on the tow hooks of our truck, and winches me out. Boom. Perfect solution. Winches Jeff out. And for our troubles, we make the Master Chief's newsletter about how not to dump dirt. Moral of the story is that you need friends who can come and be with you in the muck and the mire, who can get right down in there with you. Those are what I call my good redneck friends. They are there, ready to roll, ready to do it. I grew up in the country. That's the way you live. But you do not need a friend who is just like you, because they'll ride in like Jeff, just like he did, and get stuck also. No bueno. Everyone's stuck in the mud now, and there is no hope for escape. Instead, you need a friend like that other Master Chief who comes, sees what's going on, is there with you and to help you, but a little bit better than you, or in Jesus' case, a lot better than you, so that they can stay on the firm ground and pull you out. See, in Paul's letter to the Hebrews, he is trying to teach us about who Jesus is, so that we might see and understand who Jesus is, so that we might love Jesus more, and we might avail ourselves of the help that he is offering to us. Each of us gets stuck in the mud to the frame rails of our truck. We call it sin. Sin are those choices that we make that make it harder to love God and harder to love other people. Sure, you got the big ones: lust, greed, envy, murder, avarice, stuff like that. But you also got the simpler ones: little lies that we tell, little things that we do or don't do, the way we avoid certain people, the way we just get tired and don't do our prayers. All of these sorts of things, and they've got us stuck in the suction like a mud bog can do to your vehicle. And if someone comes in there to pull you out, they're likely to get stuck. But Jesus comes. Jesus comes and is able to pull you out because he's like you. He's there with you and wants to help you, but he ain't going to get stuck because he's not weighed and burdened down with all that sin. That is who Jesus is, and that's what he wants to do for you today. Send us a message, connect with me, and let's start getting you out the mud.